motivation is calculated. Map change that will deliver your dreams.
This is the best day ever.
Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew.
Good morning and welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lew, guys. Here we are. We are in 2026. It's Monday morning, 2026. Are you ready for this? Have you set your goals? Have you made your New Year's resolutions? Are y'all excited? It's a brand new year. Let's get real, guys. Let's talk here. It isn't the new year that changes you. It's your decisions that change you. It's the habits that you build. Okay, when that New Year's excitement wears off, life gets loud, that's where most people quit. You know, a month from now, the gym will be quiet again. Right now, I'm going, where the hell did all these people come from? I'm serious. I'm like, all right, we're a little bit full at the gym right now. And what seems like an inconvenience is like, there's a lesson to be learned, because I look and go, all right, all these people are here and it's kind of crowded. And then in a month, they're gone. Most of them are gone. What has happened? They didn't draw that line in the sand and stop negotiating with that voice that says, oh, you can't really make this happen. You can't really keep that momentum. Well, let me tell you something. Today, I'm going to show you how to keep this momentum all year, and especially when it's not shiny and new. Okay. In short, I got a quick story for you. Remember back in 2008, you probably heard this one before, but the real estate market crashed. The car market crashed. My health was crashing from the stress. And I felt like it was over. You know, the best of times was done, gone, history. See you later. Bye-bye. Right? Okay. If you ever felt that way, you know, you really start something strong, things were going great. Well, I'm going to preface that just a little bit. I remember sitting down and right before 2008, I wrote down, you know, the properties I owned, the this, the that, the assets, and I was like, damn, I'm successful. I worked like a dog. Okay, I worked like my next dollar, my next meal depended on it, like it did when I started, and I never lost that hunger and that drive. And I was like, oh my God, I can actually feel it. I'm successful. But then have you ever had that and all of a sudden it starts to fade, or you really get going and you're really hitting the gym for the month of January, but then February comes and things are busy and we got kids' birthdays and we got this and the in-laws are in and we got that. And, you know, business is really busy, so I don't have time to take care of my body. And okay, go back to normal. What? Normal? Is coasting by or being average normal? Hell no. Okay, that shouldn't be your new norm, right? I wouldn't assume so. But you know, sometimes that's what people want. They want average. Well, I'm just normal. Okay, well, what is normal? Pudgy around the middle, out of breath when you go up the stairs, just getting by. Are these statements of normal, typical, usual, average? Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah, that's normal, typical, average. Are you normal, typical, average? You might say, well, yeah, I am. Okay, do you want to stay there then? You might say, hell no, or I'm okay here. Well, if you're okay here, you're probably in the wrong place this morning. If you're not okay there and you're saying, hell no, I'm done with this. God's got a better plan for me than this. Then you are the person I'm talking to this morning. Okay, you might have started and faded 100 times in life. Well, now number 101, let's make it happen this year. Let's call this Anti-Fade 101 today, right? Okay, the truth about a fresh start is this. Fresh starts don't come from motivation. Okay, we've all gone to an event, read a book, something, and oh my God, this is it, this is it, this is the way to go. Or you listen to somebody cool like Cody Sanchez in the morning, you go, yeah, I'm buying a business this week. And then 2 months later, whatever happened with buying that business? Well, I had to go to work. Well, I got excited, but, my wife or my husband said, oh, you come on, we're not business people. Okay, doesn't come from motivation. The start can come from motivation. Somebody can say something to get you motivated, and you say, hey, you know what? I like this. I want this. I'm going for this. Let's step up, right? I'm all about that. All about that. And hit me with some comments in the chats this morning, guys. If I'm missing your chat, it's because I'm missing my chat on one of our platforms. Oh, there we are. Okay, perfect. Good morning, Joe. What's up? I got Joe live on Lew.It with us this morning. So fresh starts come from what? Identity and commitment. I am the kind of person that can do this. I am the person that's not going to stop this time when the going gets tough, when the new and shiny wears off. Okay, new and shiny can tend to wear off. What do you think divorce comes from? If everybody kept their relationship at the level of it was when it was in the beginning, there wouldn't be a whole lot of divorce or split ups or cheating or anything else. You let it get average, It's just the way it gets. It's been a few years, Oh, we had kids, that it's not the same. What do you mean it's not the same? You're still the same human beings that came across each other. You're still the same people that were in love and you couldn't wait to sneak off somewhere but no, we can't do that anymore. We got kids, can't do that anymore. That's for young people. That's for people in love. Okay, well, if you're not in love with your spouse, go spark it back up or find a new spouse. I mean, I hate to say it at that point where if it really is dead and you've buried it into the ground, what are you knocking it against the wall for and keep on? I always say give it your all before you quit on anything like a relationship, but there are some relationships that are toxic, bad, etc. They just don't work anymore. Then go get what you need. It's the same thing with a business. Oh, yeah, when I started the business, it was so much more fun. I'm so stressed out. I don't like this anymore. It's the same damn business. Okay, maybe things change. Sometimes government regulations change and wipe you right out of the game because you can no longer do that business. It's now illegal or something like that, or the product got, pulled. Or there are things that are outside factors, but it's still the same business. What if you just got excited about it again? Okay, motivation is simply the spark. Mindset and systems are the fuel, guys. Okay? All right? Negotiation is where goals go to die. That's one of my quotes. And what do I mean by that? That means I don't negotiate with myself. I'll tell you a little personal here. Each morning I get up, rebound, do a few minutes of yoga to get the blood flowing, and then into the cold plunge. Might be 2 minutes, it might be 5 minutes. The biggest I've ever done was 25 minutes, most relaxing. But I felt like I was going to go off and be in heaven. It just felt like I was going to drift off and stop being physically alive at that. I'm not recommending a 25-minute cold plunge. But my statement to myself in the morning is I walk out there, hit the music that I'm ready to go with. I've already got my bathing suit on. I've got the top lid open. I've got the ozone flowing through it. And I do this. I go, I am a force for God. I am a force for good. And I do not negotiate. Sometimes I use some more colorful words in there. And I hit my chest and I'm in the cold plunge. There is no, okay, I got to psych myself up. I'm going to negotiate. Maybe I can do it tomorrow. Oh, it's a little cold out today. Oh, I'm late. This 2 or 3 minutes in the cold plunge is going to make my whole day late. BS. Okay? It's dragging your butt that makes you late. And you know what gets me in there? The fact that I don't negotiate, number one. Number two, I know that I don't necessarily love jumping in cold water first thing in the morning. Okay, I'm not going to tell you I look so forward to that. Like I look forward to the hot shower afterwards. I really enjoy the shower afterwards. What I really enjoy is the feeling of, number one, I'm doing something that's uncomfortable, regardless of how much I would rather skip it. When I get in there, I realize what's happening. And sometimes, right now, it's dark, but sometimes it says the sun's coming up, and that's an amazing start to the day. But I get out, and I'm like, I am wide, living, effing awake. Like totally juiced about being awake and ready to go. Wow, what a feeling. Is it worth couple 3 minutes of, this is cold. Yeah, it's cold. But I do not negotiate. Okay, I'm not saying in business you don't negotiate and you should be negotiating the best deals, etc. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is don't negotiate with yourself. If you said it and you agree to it and you have said, I am doing this business, I am doing this relationship, I am doing this health thing, I am doing this goal, don't negotiate. You do it. Do you adjust occasionally? Yeah. There's some mornings I say I go 2 to 5 minutes on average in the cold plunge. Sometimes I go 10. Sometimes I'm out in 1 minute. Depends on how my body's responding. Depends on how much time I truly have. Depends on what my goal is. Is it to get awake or is it to relieve inflammation? If I'm really hurting hands or something like that, I might stay in longer because it's going to help the inflammation. I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer, blah, 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 blah. Talk to your doctor before you do anything. Don't do it because I do it. Although I highly recommend cold plunge if your body is healthy and you are cleared to do it. What my motivation is for the day is what is my outcome. If I want to relieve inflammation, I'm going to stay in there longer. If I just want to wake up, shit, a minute's enough. Okay? That's enough to get you awake. Then I go take a nice hot shower, do some stretching, listen to some cool music, get ready to rock and roll, and I come out of the shower, and what do? I stick my face in a big old bowl of ice water. You're like, wow, you really are a masochist. No, it also stimulates your brain, stimulates your endorphins, and stimulates your hormones to let you know that it's morning and it's time to be awake. Okay? And those of you watching on the other platforms, I had the microphone stuck right in my face. So what mindset moves you to keep this momentum all year? How do you do this? Okay? Number one, what is your why? Why am I doing this? What is the outcome? And you might be, I want to make money, or I want to do that. What does that give you? Oh, well, freedom. Freedom for what? Oh, to spend more time with my children, my spouse, my other half, learn something, do something, bum, 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 boom. Okay? So you got to ask, who do I want to be in the process? Not just what do I want to do, but then you got to prompt yourself, and you got to go through this kind of slowly. You go, why do I want this new me? Really? And ask yourself 6, 7 times. Okay? Until you get that answer that almost puts a lump in your throat. Then you ask yourself, what if? What does it cost me if I stay the same and I don't change? You got to be real on this. You can't be, oh, well, it's going to be a little tougher. Oh, I'd like to win the lotto. If you want to win the lotto, you got to play X amount of tickets a day religiously, this, that, and the other. You can't just once in a while, let me get a scratch off. Okay, and I'm not saying that that's your way out is to plan on winning the lotto, but if that really is what you believe is going to change your situation, you got to get in the game and play. If you really believe buying a business is the way to do it, you got to start hunting down a business. If you're going to start a business from bootstrap ground up, you've got to go find the location or file the name of the business. You've got to do it, okay? You got to do it. And then you got to have a strong why. Why are you starting a business? Oh, I want to make a little more money. I don't like my boss. Don't start a business because you don't like your boss. Start a business because you don't mind working 90 hours a week to be able to say you are the boss. Okay? It's not going to be easy. The road is not easy. Easy is clock in and out and put up with some BS during the day and get a paycheck and, you guaranteed that and your health insurance, whatever. Hard is doing a business, but the rewards can be exponential, or you could fail. But if you fail, you learn. And if you learn, you didn't fail. Okay? And the thing is when life hits you hard, your why is going to give you what keeps you standing. Why did I start my business in the first place? I want to leave a legacy for my children. I want to, have freedom, whatever it is. Well, that's going to keep you going when, you're tooling along and you get a lawsuit that could wipe you out. There's an accident that could wipe you out. There's an environmental or governmental change that fundamentally shifts what you're doing and how you do business. And maybe even if you're going to be able to do business, and you might have to shift into another way of doing business and all this, your why is going to keep you going when life comes at you. And life will come at you, kids. Let me tell you something. You got to expect resistance. But you also got to decide in advance who you are in the face of resistance. The hard part is never starting something. Think of it. You do it every year. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn a new language. Then December 31st comes around and you go, oh, I didn't do any of it. All right. Well, I was doing really good in January for the first 2 weeks or the first quarter, but we normalize the dip, okay? At some point, we stop with it's not exciting, okay? This is not a sign of failure. It's part of the process. It's where you negotiate. This is a negotiation trap. Well, I'll do it next week. Well, it's not that important right now. I got other important stuff to do. But you just negotiated your way out of it. Oh, I'll do the cold plunge tomorrow. I'll start Monday. I'll do this. No, if you want a cold plunge, order one today. And get with me. I'll get you the link to get you the most inexpensive but a great starter cold plunge that isn't going to break the bank for you, because I'm all about that, guys. I love I do some referral and marketing with our companies of things I deal with. But it's not about the dollar at the end of the day, because the smart thing is to start without throwing money away. And then if you do it, now I use a totally different cold plunge than when I first started. Much more expensive. But guess what? However many years later now, 3-4 years later, I'm still doing it almost every single day of my life, unless I'm horribly ill, just got out of surgery, or am on the road and there is no cold plunge available. Okay, and in that case, it's cold shower. But the whole point is, to that is you get in, and you do it even when it stops being exciting, when it's not fun anymore, it's not fun that day. You do something, you knock yourself out of that, negotiating yourself out of doing what you know is right, what you should do, and what you need to do each and every day if you're going to hit your success. And then you pull on that power of why. Why am I doing this? Why do I go in a cold plunge every day? Because I don't want to hurt. Number one. Number two, I don't want to have excess fat on my body. It turns into brown fat when you're in the cold plunge, burns faster, whole different story for a different day. But I don't want to start stacking on fat. There was a point where I did stack on fat, and I got to be overweight. And then I hit threshold. Well, I'm never going back there. I'm not negotiating. 10, 15 more pounds. I was just in the gym last week, and my trainer was like, believe it or not, yes, I have a trainer currently, even though I am a certified trainer. I needed that jump start again. And she started with your numbers are really good and I'm like, for my age? That's not good enough for me. Really good for my age is not the best for me. Not the best they've ever been. Doesn't matter what age you're at, okay? So you don't fall off what you're tracked because you're broken. You fall off because you start negotiating with yourself to dumb down, to back off, to, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll have this cake today. I'll start eating good tomorrow. If I had $1 for every time I said that this holiday season, I'd have a few more dollars in my pocket. Now, was I horrible? No, because I drew the limits, because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to be worn out. I don't want to be tired all the time. I get up too much in the middle of the night to pee. Why? Because I ate sugar that day. And people are like, oh, no, you must have something going on. Or, you guys, if you get a little bit older, this, that. No, it's direct relation to how late I eat and how much sugar I've eaten that day, whether I wake up more to pee during the night. Okay, there's just a funny example. It is not that you're getting older or this or that or the other. I was like, no, it's when I eat sugar or I stress out. It's like those are two poisonous things to the body. Okay, so if you start negotiating, well, I'll just have a piece of cake after dinner, or I'll just eat a little bit later. I won't cut off my eating at 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. It's okay if I eat at 8 or 9 because we had an auction tonight and, it used up a lot of energy. So eating at 9 o'clock is good? No, hell no. That totally disrupts my body. And if I start negotiating that, I pay the price. Okay? So when you start asking, do I feel like it? Do I have time? Or saying maybe tomorrow, that is when you're starting to negotiate and screw yourself out of what you want. Because tomorrow turns into next week, next year, which turns into effing never. Okay? Create your minimum standard day. So what could you write this down? Even on my worst day, I still do what? Okay, so I might say even on my busiest day or this, that, or the other, I'm still going to rebound for a couple minutes, do a quick stretch, and jump in the cold plunge. Okay, maybe not as long as I normally would, but you got to keep these things simple. Okay, worst case scenario, super busy, drama going on, I'm going to at least get 10 minutes of healthy movement in today. I'm going to set aside 10 minutes to meditate, read, journal, take some time to myself. I'm going to make sure I get one really super nutritious meal and enough water. Now, you might go, well, normally I have 2 or 3 meals that are super nutritious. And 10 minutes of movement? Come on, I'm an hour a day workout guy. Well, if you can't do the hour a day because something really happens, make sure you get 10 minutes. Get out for a walk. And people say, no, I got a loved one in the hospital. I just got to sit there hunched over. No, you could get out and walk around the campus and go right back to your loved one. Okay, you're not doing your loved one any good being hunched in the corner, freezing in that stenchy-ass hospital, and they're asleep anyway. So what you do is you go out and get a walk. That way, if they happen to wake up while you're there or something, it's dramatic like that, you are like, hey, not, they go, oh my God, if you look like a zombie and I'm the one that's sick, be like, I'm dying, or whatever the case is. You got to understand that sometimes you got to scale back, but don't just skip what's making your success. Okay? How about a little reframe here? A bad day does not equal a bad week, bad life, or total failure. Okay, a bad day is a bad flipping day. Once in a while it's going to happen. Once in a while you're going to fall off. I do it. Oh, nut roll. Just like grandma's at Christmas time. Poppy seed roll. Guzzled that thing down way too quickly. But you know what? I'm done with it. I'm past it. And I'm like, oh, it was such a throwback to grandma days to actually have these things, that Eastern European snack. That tasted almost just like hers that I've been missing since I was a kid. But I'm not going to go, I'm going to order one of these a week. No. Okay. And the other thing is, don't miss twice. If you miss a day of exercise because there's something serious going on or you don't feel well, don't miss 2 days. Don't miss 2 days. Don't go on the spiral. That spiral of, well, I ate like crap today, so, I ruined it, so who cares? And then next thing you know, you're back to those old horrible eating habits. Okay? So let's talk about this. I did this mindset. Proof, not hype, not BS, okay? The goal is, your outcome that you measure by, but the real win is the identity that you create in the process, okay? I'm the type of person that keeps the promises to myself. I'm the type of person that follows through. I'm the type of person who wins, okay? If you keep track of this stuff each week, like what if you made a list on Friday or Saturday, just of 3 wins for that week, 1 lesson that you learned, 1 or 2 lessons, and 1 adjustment that you got to make for the next week to make it even better. Could you do that? 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 wins. Where did I win at this week? And you might say nothing. Well, what could you have won at? What did you do a little bit better than last week? What did you learn? The minute you learn, you've had a win. So your learning lesson becomes a win real quick because you acknowledge that you learned something. What a concept. All right, now you only got to dig up 2 other wins, all right? See, this stuff ain't that hard, all right? Then let's look into the future. Picture yourself 1 year from now. Say you say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to gain 10 pounds of muscle. I am going to increase business by 10%, 20%, or in our case, I've decided it's 100% revenue this year. So what if you look back about, or shouldn't I say not what if, how about when you look back and go, I did that. Remember Joe Biden, they put him on the gas pumps pointing at it at the high gas prices. I did this. Now, whether he did or didn't, that's you can have your own belief on it, but I thought that was hysterical. But what if you had a little sticker of you with your new bank account statement rocking, or your new body, a picture of you beginning and end of this year and your total transformation? You make a little sticker of you going, I did this. How good would you feel about it? Or how crappy would you feel if you're like, I did this, and you weighed more than you did at this time 1 year from now, or you had less income, or you had less energy, or you had managed to destroy your marriage so think about it. Okay, that feeling of I did this with a smile, the win, that's not luck, people. That's earned. You did that. Okay? So what can you start doing today? Okay, write a New Year's statement, 1 sentence, 2 sentences. I am becoming a person who X because of Y. I'm becoming a person who is energetic because I take care of my body. I'm becoming a businessman because I have set it in stone and started a business today. And you're like, well, you can't just overnight start a business. Well, with AI and stuff, kind of you can, but think about it. Even if you're starting something else, what if you just filed your business name today in your web domain before somebody else steals it? Okay, we all said somebody else stole our idea, stole our name, whatever. But if you had done it a week before somebody else stole your idea that you never told them about anyway, they just came in and stole it out of your brain. What if you did that identity and did it now? And then you pick one non-negotiable habit for the next 7 days. I will cold plunge for 7 days. I will not eat sugar for the next 7 days. And you go, at the end of that, you go, interesting. I feel better. Maybe we'll do another 7, or definitely do another 7 if it's working. Choose your accountability. A friend that really holds you accountable, not one that coddles you and says, I know how it is. I've been there too. No, you want that. I've been there too. I've been in your position starting a business, and look at me now. Here's how I got there. Let me help you. Great. Oh, I know. I tried a business too, and it didn't work out. Don't talk to that person. Not about business. I mean, it doesn't mean you abandon people you care about, but they're not the person to get business advice from. And I say this all the time. People say, some of your mentors are these big people. You're going to be a Tony Robbins or, a Dean Graziosi. Why don't you dumb it down a little and try to be like, the guy across town who tried an auction business and failed and, or been in the business their whole life and they're still struggling week to week. That's the kind of, why would I want advice from that person? Why do I want advice from somebody my age or older who is not way ahead of where I am? Even if they're doing okay, I don't want to do okay. I want to be the best, okay? And you should want to be the best. But the deal is you don't take advice from people that coddle you, or people that, I tried that too. And you're going to end up being that person to somebody else. Oh, I tried that too. Don't get your hopes up. That's a bunch of BS. Okay. And that's belief system, bad belief system, BBS. Okay. Get a group of people. You join a group of people that are very similar to you, etc. So, weekly check-ins, get a coach, hint, hint. Come on, I'm really good at that. And do you never miss twice thing, okay? So if you're serious, don't just listen to me, commit. Commit to being, I did this in 1 year, and be able to celebrate what you did. Guys, I want you to jump on, come visit me in Inner Circle. That is your group to keep you going. you.Live for all the shows. So New Year, New You is not a slogan, it's a decision, guys. When it gets tough, it's not a sign to stop. It's a time to hit the accelerator. So say it with me. Stop negotiating with myself. A year from now, you look back and either be proud that you stayed steadfast or you wish you had started today. Guys, live with faith, energy, passion, always, and I mean always live your dreams. Have an absolutely amazing day. I'll see you on the next roundabout.
Ready to take it to the next level?
Next level.
Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.